Hello everyone, I'm Greek Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 165 of Factorio with the C-Block mod. We will just continue working on, well, solder, bronze and brass, and we're just making all of the ingots first, I guess. So we basically have a finished copper ingot setup, except that we need that to go under. And we need the stereotype to actually come in. I think we have just starved this of sulfur. Yeah, no sulfuric acid here. So we need to bring some. That should be plenty, I hope. Also, why do we not have any slag here yet? Are our pipes not done? They are not, but also some of them are not planned out correctly. Okay. But didn't we already get some crotinium from here? Then how is there no slag at all? Maybe we just messed it up with that pipe, probably. Oh well, it should be coming again soon. I hope. We're getting water, so yes. And this should start producing the stereotype. Yep. And then we have the ingots, good. Then next up, I guess, is this. Because that's what we have planned for here. Stereotype and popamonium. Yes, that is correct. Can we just reuse the same exact thing? Not really, because we don't need oxygen for this. We need charcoal, though, but that's what we're already using for fuel, so that should be fine. So almost an exact replica of this stuff. This without the pipes in here. And maybe we'll just redo these inserters as well then. Or maybe not. Actually, let's just keep those. It's a little bit more standardized then. Should be fine, yes. Good. And we would want this to line up with the production of the ores for this, of course. And we need to move this out of the way. I'm just gonna move it out and down, because we... Actually, we don't need it out, we just need it down. We will be using this as our first ore for the sink. So we can actually empty this warehouse, instead of just moving it around. And yeah, we need it down there somewhere. So this thing here. I might make a small change to this. I feel like this fuel setup is a little bit stupid. I'd rather have two output belts. That would just reduce or remove the one splitter, I guess. Can we output fast enough with one inserter though? 24 every 4 seconds by 1.5, so 36 every 4 seconds. That is 9 per second. It's not really possible. But I guess we just go under again. So input, and fuel. Oh, no, sorry, output. And fuel. Should be fine. I hope. Especially if we just angle them a lot. And what about over here then? Just do that, I guess. And then fuel. And then these will be merged at the end, of course. And we should just be able to mirror that. Have our belt out. And then just have our fuel belt here. This seems a little bit more reasonable to me, at least. We're probably using more underground belt, but I'm okay with that for now. Sure. Okay, so let's just do that down here as well. Oh, I'm out of nanobots. Have we put some of those in a warehouse, or have we just really used them all? We do have 4 in here, but that's not really enough. Let's just use them anyway. So much junk. We still have some unpowered stuff. We wanted to do this. These, they are probably powered from something over here. Yeah, let's just do this then. It's fine. We could also move these in here, since we don't need these pipes. But again, let's keep it this way. And say 10 ingots. And process 10. And sort for 10. And do bobmonium instead of cruitinium. And that should be everything. And we actually have the ore ready, so that's nice. I need more belt. Wonder where the robots have put all of that. Oh, my bad. Let's just get rid of that as well. Good. And we have some belt here. Good. Then we should have this already. If we just put the fuel in at least. Something like that. And I guess I should just go grab some nanobots. We don't have any in the network, right? Not that I see, at least. No. We'll just assume that I used a lot. Good. And yes, we have 10 ingots now. Good. Then it is the sink. And I was sort of expecting to see something more advanced here, but it's again just oxygen. Of course chunks, so we will be spending a lot more space over here to make it. But that's fine. And I guess we're just lining it up against this as well. Well, maybe we should just plan out the ore production so the robots can work on that. Hopefully all of these are not in the way for everything else. No promises though. So we need 2 different types of chunks. Did we ever do a... No, we wanted to make a new setup that actually has this in front of these. Instead of having, well, 2 production lines next to it and then putting it in, because we can save a lot of space that way. And it's not really going to be that much of a longer build. So that is something we want to work on now. And I guess we are just taking this... Actually, we have that as a blueprint, right? Yes. Now we want this to be in the middle, obviously. So how much extra space do we need on both sides of this? So we're taking up 1 tile of both sides of crystallizers here. So 3 tiles on the outside of that, and then almost a full one of these. Let's do this. That amount of space, yes. Well, that should be fine to just build right up against this. And that was in the way. And we have some pipes in the way, but we'll fix that. But yeah, this should be fine, hopefully. Should we do this in a location where it's not built from the start? Maybe we should just plan it out here, just to make sure. And turn off nanobots. And then we basically just want this behind it. And then we need to figure out what we're doing with the belts. But this is the width of the whole thing. Let's take this power pole. And does that match up with our expectations? It does this far, but we could have problems with pipes overlapping with the water here. So if the crystallizers start right where our hydro plants are, so here, do we have any overlap? Then it's hard to say really. Let's just go a little bit further with that. Do we have any potential problems? Yes, we do. Well, everything basically. So we would basically need to know for all of this. I got one tile too many there, dang it. Doesn't look like to me that we are having any problems here, but it might be risky. Oh, we do, never mind. The last filtering machine in the end of this has an overlap with this lag slurry and water. So we would need to actually move this out one tile, I guess. That's a little annoying. But we can't really put the chunking behind all of this. So we would need it this much further back. This is where it would go, and yes, the crystallizers would start right at the hydro plant. So that does look like a problem. I'm just making sure, because I would like to just have this right up against the other build, but that's not possible, it seems. Why is it not overlapping now, though? Was I wrong? This is where it would need to go. No, I'm not wrong. I don't think, at least. A lot of them are actually overlap. Oh, well, sharing a pipe now. So I guess I was just off by one tile at some point. Oh well. We will just build this one tile extra out. To be sure. Let's try to remember to reconnect all of those. So this is where we would want it, this is where it needs to go. And where are our pipes? They should be here. We also need a pipe into this. And I guess we need to move this pipe to the outside. I want these to just be a little bit more symmetrical then. Good. And do we need sulfuric wastewater in here? No. We do on this side. I need underground milk or pipe. Do we have that in a chest around here? Probably not. All of the underground pipe is coming from up here somewhere. Here we go. We could make this a little wider as well, instead of having these red undergrounds. Since we have the space around it anyway, but we'll just plan everything out first and then we can decide on that afterwards. Okay. And we need Givolite and Bogmonium chunks. Let's start with Givolite. Well, let's start with actually planning all of this out properly. So, a good old build. How come these are shorter? No, they're the correct length. This is obviously moved back, that's fine. So yeah, we are obviously a little longer than the other builds, but that's fine. I can live with that. Let's actually plan everything out first, because I don't want to go too far with this stuff. Wait, why is this suddenly... Oh, because I'm building next to that. And the robots have started to build this. That's not the plan. Stop doing that. That is fine, yes. Okay. This is where we must go. And we have one tile between these builds, yes, good. And yeah, otherwise these would conflict with each other all the way down. And that would obviously suck. So this makes one of the chunks. And these builds are allowed to be placed right up against each other. So they can go right there. And now we know where we can build everything else, so... Well, maybe we should just get the robots to build all of this while we're at it. So... Well, let's do it from the map. all of this. And we need more landfill back there, but that's fine. Let's just get most of this set up, then the rest is pretty fast. Let's not build extra chests though. Let's also remove some chests. And this. Why didn't we build all of these out there? I'm not sure. Okay. Let's just paste that again without all of that, because otherwise we have disconnected some sulfuric wastewater. And that's never good. Good. So we are just waiting for all of that to be built, and meanwhile we will build the processing of the chunks. And then we will put this warehouse at the end and use that instead of all of this. Good. So let's line up with here, I guess. So that is the top of our build. We then have one tile in between here, but that's fine. We need ore sorting 3 facilities. That's really not a lot. This is such a small build compared to copper and tin. That's weird. Oh wait, have we just overbuilt everything? I guess we have. Okay. So we would need 3 of these if we actually wanted the 17.5 as well here. So it's basically the same thing. Or is it? Why do we need more? Oh, they're slower machines. If we use these, it would also be 3. Okay. Good to know. Do we want to be able to produce 22.5 of this instead of just the 17.5 that we do need? I guess so. Then we're also using the full amount of this stuff, because we should be producing 7.5 of this. And yeah, that seems correct from 20 of these. Yes. Okay. Still only 4 of these needed though. And we don't need to crush anything with this. That's nice. We just put it directly into sorting. 1 full belt, and this stuff becomes 1 full belt. Have we done something similar for this stuff? We have. But we actually made 2 full belts here. Wait, is this... Oh yeah, it is. We are making a full belt. Since we are making two times this. One full build of all. Well, we have overdone it quite a lot. But I guess that's okay. Let's say 45. Full build of junk from each side. Well, we got a new build out of it at least. And this seems a lot more, well, space efficient than this stuff, I think. And it is, so no question there. But I guess we will plan this for the full amount that we can produce from our chunks. Even if we didn't do it up here. Maybe we should redo that then. But let's start with the zinc. I'm just again gonna draw inspiration from our silicon. That seems so simple, and it is. Yeah, let's actually just copy paste this. So why not reuse when you have something that actually works well and looks good? And you spend time on building it to hopefully use it again later. So 1 chunk, 2 chunk, and the crystal catalysts that we need up here. Is that where that's supposed to go? No. This one is right. I don't really care about that. They are coming, good. And we just need it in here. And this should then produce 30, or, and that becomes 45 ingots, of course, in the end. Yep. Good. We need more inserters. And they are probably far away as well. Actually, do we have some in the junk chest? Yes, we have plenty in there. Might as well start using this stuff. Okay. I was still waiting on this stuff a little bit, but they will slowly get there, that's fine. I don't really want to hook this up yet. I do want to hook this up though. So 2 belts coming out of this. And then we basically just need the same setup as we've used before, just with more machines, since we are handling twice as much resources. So this one goes to the end. I know it's chemical furnaces and not blast furnaces, but they should be easily replaceable. How replaced? I guess we need this first of all. This is a lot wider, of course, because we had crushers in this. So I guess we want to move this down. Because I don't want asymmetry, obviously. It's me. And I don't want to overlap, but then again, does it matter? We're never gonna use this space for anything, right? I don't think so. We need fuel in as well. But that can still work here, I guess. Good. And then we need this at the end of everything. Hopefully we are making enough oxygen with this. We need more than 2 of these. That's too bad. And more than 2 of those. So it's worth doing something new, I guess. And just getting rid of those. And then just copy pasting this. These are just mirrors of themselves, right? Yes. So they are just mirrored again, that's fine. We need the fuel to go under that. I guess we could move more of the power poles in instead of having them duplicated. Or just move these out here, but it was just so natural to have it there. If we did this, are the furnaces actually right up against each other? No, they're not. We do have the space in here to have more power poles. I just wish we could have straight lines. Okay. That works with this and with this. Good. So this could be a normal build. And these come up here somewhere. And then we need to make oxygen. So this is obviously becoming a larger build still, but that's fine. We're producing twice as much, twice as many ingots basically, or more than that. Okay, so we need 2 of these on each side. It would be a lot easier if we could actually put in the chemical furnaces though, just to see where our pipes go. We have 21 chemical furnaces somewhere. I might have put those all the way down here. Right here, actually. What a guess. Okay. Something like this. Wait, we need carbon. Did it not say charcoal earlier? No, that was tin. We need carbon for this. That's a little annoying, I'll be honest. But I guess that just means we move everything out a little bit. Or we could make it at the end, since we have the charcoal coming anyway. Well, let's design the oxygen first. Oh, we also have an out... Dang it, we have something we need to burn here. Sulfur dioxide. And that doesn't really fit into all of this. So how are we going to do this? Let's remove these as well now. We need a pipe, and I guess we would just get the most space if we did this. Do we want it to be paired up, or do we want to just have even spacing? Let's start with this. Didn't we plan this? Oh, the pipe was in the middle of the other furnaces. Dang it, so we can't standardize this entirely. That's a bit annoying. We would have to do something really ugly if we wanted to actually standardize it. As in this taking from there to there, and this taking from there, or transferring from there to there. Because then we could have both this pipe or this pipe. Or both. But I guess we will need this anyway. So the input is still okay. The output, if we actually need to run those along with the pipes, we can only have one output, and then we could have two outputs and then a coal input for each machine. Guess that should be fine. Something like that. Can we power all of this? Yes, we can. Yes, this will be fine. Can we then figure out how to do both oxygen and carbon? I'm sure we can figure something out, but can we make it good and nice? So we can fit one of those in there. We have the exact same amount of space out here. We need this to come in here somehow. And we need two of these. I guess we just want an air filter for each of these. Or even make those a little bit more evenly spaced. This is not allowed though. And this is gonna cause problems. It works here, but it will not work when we rotate this. Then this thing, nitrogen, will be closest. But I mean, if we just move those further out, that's not really a problem. This becomes a little bit easier to manage. Can't really fit that in there though. So we would need to have that at the end. That would suck. Oh, and this still doesn't work, my bad. If we need flare stacks at the end here, we would need to move, or we could move these out as well. Anyway, at least 2 tiles. Maybe. Let's just try rotating all of this to have the air filters in the middle. So this could work on this side at least. And it's even easy to handle all of this nitrogen that fits in the footprint. But then what if we rotate this stuff? Also, we still need to burn this, but maybe we can figure that out. Fuel, maybe the fuel needs to go on if we want to make the carbon at the end. Hopefully it's okay for us to move out into this space. Let's just keep focus on these guys. We still need it to come in here. How does that work here? Oh, I haven't updated the inserters in here. So that is allowed to come out there. Move up and take from there. That is out 1 tile, that's fine. So something like that is, I think, the most symmetrical thing I can make out of this. And I'm honestly pretty happy with that. Then the burning of this stuff. How much do we get? Not more than 1 can easily handle, 1 flare stack. This is the output that really needs to go on to the end and merge somewhere. That's the charcoal, maybe that needs to be there, maybe not. But we should still just be able to do this. And then it sucks a little bit that we have a 2-tile entity that needs to be in the middle of an uneven amount of space. But that should work. Now, how are we getting the carbon into all of this? I had forgotten entirely. We need another tile in the middle of all this. Probably just on this side, because that's easier to handle. Or we could make the carbon on this side and put it on the fuel belt. That's probably the best thing, to be honest. So first of all, are we done with this? Are we happy? I guess we are, if we just take this, remove those, and mirror it. And then we need power, of course. That almost reaches everything, but we do need to hit that flare stack. And we need this flare stack covered. Then we don't really need these. I don't really need this. And apparently I didn't get that in my blueprint for this. Why not? Oh, it's just the end one I didn't get then. Okay. These go. And something is a little annoying here. Why is this even here? Well, now we're not connected here, so I guess that's one reason for it, but that should work fine. I think this should work. But we need to move it out so we have the space for carbon production. And we probably need to get rid of this belt then. And this pipe that runs here for whatever reason. Oh, this is the old ferric chloride. I'm not gonna remove that all the way right now. Oh no. Stupid worms. And why do the robots have to fly across here? God dang it. Stupid robots. Good. So we can move this stuff. I'm not sure what is supposed to be on half of these belts, but we'll probably find out at some point when we need it. Okay, let's find out how much carbon production we need from just charcoal and steam. 4 machines. And basically 4 boilers as well then. Okay. Are we in robot range here? Yeah, we are. I would like to design all of this somewhere where it's not being built, but I guess we could just do it over here or something. Could we do that? Or I could just try to actually save this blueprint. And maybe just keep the outlines of where we want things to go. But the carbon is really just supposed to go in the middle here, so that's pretty easy to say. We need the fuel belt to actually come past here. That could just be this build at a later point in time, I guess. But let's just leave that one extra tile, that's fine. And then we need liquefiers and stuff. Make carbon, please. How are we getting the charcoal in? I guess we will just put that in next to these. And then output far. And then we just need the steam. Boiler. And then we just need a little bit of water. Probably a good amount of water. Oh, actually these can not consume more than one of these can produce. So that's nice and easy. And powered. And that should be everything then. So we can put this back. I feel like I'm forgetting something. But maybe not. Steam, charcoal, becomes carbon. Let's put on the middle belt here. If we needed a little bit more carbon, I'm not sure if we would need... I mean, we're going to use it for fuel as well, so we might be low with what we can make out of these for. How much can one of these make? 3 every 2 seconds. So 1.5 per second by 2.25. I do not want to exercise my brain right now. I said 1.5 by 2.25. So 3.3 per second for each machine. That's 13.3 is 2 carbon per second enough to fuel everything. One carbon is 2.5 megajoules. We need... Oh wait, it's a chemical. Do we even need fuel for this? It should say on these recipes, right? We do not. Okay. We still need the carbon. And this is plenty. Good. Good to know. So we should just be able to do this. And in anything that don't need carbon, if we just leave this empty, then we could still use this as a sort of standardized setup, I guess. And we need the fuel in here. We need half a belt of charcoal just for this, so maybe this is a good point to actually top this up. But for now, let's just run it from the bus. And if we power this and actually correct all of the recipes in these at least. We should be a lot closer. We're not making too much nitrogen to handle in these burners, no. Good. I'm sure we've forgotten something, but I really can't figure out what. This doesn't really need to be here anyway. We could merge this here, but then we would need to move this somewhere else. Like here. And maybe that's fine. But then this would try to get on the same belts, that's a problem. Then we would have to angle those more. Let's just carry this on further actually. For now. And merge them here. Good. And of course this actually produces more than a red belt. It produces a blue belt. And I'm gonna forget all about that, and then we are gonna be annoyed at some point, but that's just how life is. I don't want to care too much about it right now. Or we could just run both of these belts and try to remember that way. Are they balanced though? This puts on the far side, this puts on the near side. This is faster though, but maybe we should just not be faster. It is still a little bit faster, but I think that is fine. Hopefully we have enough output like this. It just makes it harder to actually balance the belt if they're not an equal amount of time about doing their jobs. But on the other hand, it's still more than a yellow belt's worth, so it's probably fine. They will back up anyway. Are we done? Still need to sort the inputs for this. And we could do that and just not use it yet. Are the robots done with their jobs? We need stuff like power poles and pipe. Maybe. I guess not, since they're not complaining about it, but we just need a slow robot to come around then. A lot of slow robots, I guess. And we still need to figure this out, that's okay. We need to handle the chunks. No, not the chunks, the geodes. Also the chunks, but I was thinking about the geodes. The chunks will be on the top belt. Okay. Didn't we do a more underground belt oriented version of this? Maybe not. I'm not sure why though. Oh well. It's just slower for the robots to build this than if it was underground belt. Okay. But yeah, we need fuel in to the end of these as well. I haven't thought about that, but that should be easy. And we need the outputs of these into the chunking setup, and that just needs to turn some things around. Yep. And we'll figure all of that out. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.